Good. So we are basically done our game. There's not much more here. There's more for you to do and make the game even better. But at the moment, a couple little things that we could do. One is I'm just going to organize this a little bit. We've got all these viruses, and we can imagine we could have lots and lots of other ones. And so what I'm going to do here is just create an empty again. So hit the plus here, create empty. Make sure that empty is always set to the position is 0, 0, 0, so resetting it. And I'm just going to call these my viruses. So I'm going to put them into here. Just make sure I press enter. I'm going to click, hold shift, and then hold control, and grab all those, and then just throw them all into there. So again, it's just organized parent-child relationship, and I can clean things up a little bit by getting rid of that, and then hiding my text as well. Now, the one thing we might want to do is just, these are a little bit boring. So I'm going to actually add a little script to it. So I'm going to go into my prefab again and show you another way to do a script here. I'm just going to add component. And I think if I type in new, I can add a new script. What it does is it puts it right onto here. And we'll call this a rotator script. And it's just going to attract our attention a little bit by rotating. Now, the only problem about doing it this way, and you can see the script is, where did the script go? Oh, it's being slow here. It's right on here. The only problem with doing this is it's sitting inside the, the root of our assets folder. So you just have to move it over. Not a big deal. Now, we're just going to do a simple thing where it's just, like I said, just rotating. So I'm just going to open that up. Get it here, rotator. And so this script just simply in the update. And so in their update, we're just going to grab the transform. And then you can use a method called rotate. And we can just rotate it. And we're just going to rotate the Z axis. So I'm just put 0F, 0F. Those are just for the floats there. It requires them to be floats. And then on this one, I don't know exactly what value. I'm just going to put 1 there for the moment and see what happens. So I'm just going to save that on there. Go back to Unity. Should update it here. Notice you can't, edit the script inside of Unity at all. So now that should be on all of them. So let's just see again. So if I go to my prefabs, click on my prefab, right, the rotator script is on there, and all my viruses, because they are things, they've got that rotator script as well. So let's just see what this looks like. And there they are. So they're rotating. Now, you might say, ooh, they're too fast or too slow or whatever the case is. You can always change these up. And that's part of, creating a game, is that you might have to adjust things. So if someone said, oh, they were too fast, I could lower it down, say a quarter of the speed. That's up to you, right? Maybe you wanted it faster. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer necessarily, right? There's just your sort of opinion there. So let's just take a look. Rotating a little bit slower. I don't know. Did I like it better the other way? Maybe. Now, there's a few things you could do to improve this. Obviously, we don't want to say you're a winner. You can put more viruses in, put them around, have the right size. Maybe this is too big. Maybe you don't like it where it's centered here. So I could simply, take my virus killer, right? Zoom in on it here. If you press F, it will focus in on that. Now the thing is with the camera, there's our camera box, a little hard to see. He's here. Maybe reduce the scale to half. Do it on all the axes there. And maybe move him closer to the center. Right? So roughly there. Maybe that will play better. Right? Then you can sort of see around and so on. Okay? So once you're finished the tutorial here, just call me over and I can take a look at it, make sure it's working. And then it's a matter for you to make this a better game. Now I will itemize these in the sort of in the document for you to sort of go ahead and modify it. But you can think of a bunch of different things. Maybe you don't like this game, the COVID Cleaner, but you sort of like the idea of picking up. We can change it to whatever you want. This was just an idea, right? You could obviously add sound effects. You could change different things. Maybe there's something that's coming after you to maybe kill you. Maybe the viruses are shooting things out at you. I don't know, right? You've got to think about all these different ideas. Perhaps, you clean this up, you go to the next level. Maybe it's a 2-player game where you're competing. All these different things you can add to your game. It's really limited to just your imagination and then your problem-solving abilities. We want to keep the game relatively similar to what we've got here. Okay, we don't want to, turn this into a first-person shooter. That's not the point. But we want to be able to take this, make it a better game. Maybe that just involves having a title screen. Maybe it has an ending screen. Maybe you learn how to keep, you do a timer instead of, a score. So you still got the score there, but you got a countdown timer. Or you do like a leaderboard. So somebody gets, does it in 15 seconds. What can another person do it in? So there's all these different ideas that you can, think about and then implement into your game. Okay, but congratulations on getting the tutorial done. And then, like I said, think about how you're going to make this game better, because you can definitely do that.